Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
Dude, I can't believe you took the West Coast last week.
I can't either, mate. Won't be happening again, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't really talk about footy during the interview. It doesn't really like endear anyone.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, people don't want to know who Jamie Jurah supports.
Yeah, no, we'll leave that up. Yeah, cool.
Alright, so what's the deal?
Okay, well, you know, basically, going to ask you a few questions, bit of back and forth, bit of history, you know, keep it pretty casual. It'll all be fine, man. We've done it all before. Alright, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Fire away.
Alright, let's get into it. Jamie Jurah, thank you for joining us at epwperth.com. Now, to start things off, I'd just like you to tell us about your first few years in explosive pro wrestling.
It's a pretty broad question. I mean, you're just going to ask like really open questions and you want me to just start talking?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Alright,
Start with a bit of history. Let's go back.
Well, I guess the first few years that I started wrestling, it's kind of hard to lay down. Like I came in, I just remember I was a really young man and I was really, really angry all the time. Like I didn't really have any solid direction. I was just really there to get out a lot of aggression that I had. I mean, I'd just come out of high school. I was like 17 when I started wrestling. And so all I was really there was to just get out all that pent-up frustration I've had. I mean, no one likes high school, so that was the type of thing that I was there for, just to find something to do. And that really naturally led into, after wrestling singles for a while, not really having much success, I joined up with the Brat Pack. And I mean, FN Carnage, now Tyler Jacobs and Rick Sanders were quite happy to use all that aggression that I had for their own purposes. No, I wasn't really fussed about that. Clearly they had ulterior motives. That didn't bother me. The thing was that I didn't really find any success while I was doing that. I mean, I was a good tag team wrestler. I won tag team gold. But I didn't have any direction while I was doing. And after the Brat Pack broke up, yeah, I didn't really go anywhere after that. So my early career was pretty much focused mainly around tag wrestling.
So after that, Jamie, what changed about your mindset leading into the future of your career?
It was definitely my match with Jimmy Payne, where I started to think that I could really hang in there with these top singles wrestlers, and I was more than a tag wrestler. I mean, that match with him, he was a former EPW champion, and I really pushed him to the limit. I didn't win, but I came very, very close. And then I started to gain some confidence in my own abilities. And I thought, you know, I can beat these guys. All I have to do is develop some type of style where I can beat these bigger opponents, like outsmart them, be faster than them, use tactics, developing a game plan where I could get the victory. See, I don't really think you need a whole lot of muscles, a whole lot of athletic ability in wrestling. It's not like a pure sport like tennis. I think it's more determined on heart and brains. Like a lot of people in my real life come up to me, and when I say I'm a wrestler, they go, like, you're way too small to be a wrestler. There's no way that you could be a pro wrestler. I see the dudes on TV. They're huge. Like, they're jacked up. You're tiny. And I said, nah, I don't know if that's really necessary. I think all you need is what's up here and really what's in here to succeed.
Okay, if I can just interrupt you for a bit there, in saying that all you need to succeed in this industry is heart and brains, which no doubt about it, you have a lot of, Jamie, but no disrespect, in having that heart and brains, how come it hasn't led you to success in the industry?
I don't know if there's really an easy answer to that question. All I know is that looking back on it, at this time in my career, there are a lot of obstacles that were coming up and a lot of distractions. I don't really want to make it sound like I'm making excuses about why I didn't rise to the top of the card, because it's not what I want to do. But at the time, guys like Devlin Reeves were trying to use me to get to the top themselves, and him in particular did some particularly horrific things which I thought needed a response. And in responding to that, I think I lost sight of what I was there for. I think I was letting the distractions lead me off my path, and it just happened, and it cost me a year out of my career. And when I came back, it just cost me more time and more time. I hadn't learnt my lesson. I think there were so many distractions, and I got so out of my mindset that I didn't really know why I was wrestling anymore. And I started to fall back into those old habits. Like I started to get angry and aimless, and I was really lashing out at the people close to me.
That's fair enough, and we have some quotes from you from around that time. You were, I believe, feuding with your protege, Dan Moore, and you said quite a few dark things in this period. You were saying, I didn't know what I was doing anymore, and you're obviously willing to put your career on the line, and it didn't turn out too well for you, obviously. You were out of the game for a bit. How do you feel about that now that you're wrestling again?
Look, I definitely made some mistakes. I made more than some. Like, I made a lot of mistakes in my career, particularly at that time. There's a lot of things that I regret. I just hope that I can learn from the mistakes that I've made, and I hope that people can recognise that I'm trying to become a better wrestler and try to get over those points in my career. All I can really hope is that people look at me and say there's a guy who goes out and wrestles from his heart and puts his body on the line to do what he loves and try to ignore the bad things that have come up.
And with putting your body on the line and wrestling the style that you do, I mean, do you feel that's what's attributed to all your injuries throughout your career? I mean, you've had major back surgery, Jamie. That's pretty big.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, if I want to go in there and wrestle guys who are like a foot taller than me and outweigh me, it's just a fact of life that I'm going to get hurt. Hopefully, I'm not going to take as many injuries as I have. But, you know, I'll set it out for you. The start of my career, I used to get myself announced as like 6'6" and 300 pounds because I used to think that I could go in and hang with these huge guys and wrestle their styles and try to get over on them. But it just didn't work. Like, it's not going to happen. I can't beat guys like that by trying to pick them up and suplex them. I've got to use my advantages. I've got to do what comes natural to me to get the wins. I mean, Jimmy Payne taught me that more than anything else, I think.
Now, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but Rick Sanders posted on the internet a bit of a challenge for you. He said, firstly, that you've never defeated Richter in Explosive Pro Wrestling. And second of all, says Richter's going to destroy you. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Let's just set the record straight, and I'll say it to the internet now. Richter and I have had 4 matches. Richter's beaten me twice. He's knocked my tooth out. He's pinned me twice. I've beaten him twice. This is the rubber match now. So to say that I've never beaten Richter, I don't know what Rick is smoking, but that's just a lie. Now, as far as Richter destroying me goes, you know, I'm probably going to get hurt again. It's going to be a hard match. I'm going to have to do a lot to win. But I'm going to win. That's why I'm here now. I'm here to be the champ. And if anyone thinks that I'm not going to win, I don't think they've really followed my career. And I don't think they really know what I'm about. Because I'm going to beat Richter this weekend. And I'm going to be the EPW champ as long as my body holds up. And I'm going to defend that belt against the best. And I'm going to beat them until I can't wrestle anymore. That's how I feel about it. We done?
Yeah, man, that was great,
Yeah,
man.
cool.
Good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, good work, brother.
Yeah, I saw that thing you did with Richter. It's like, you were teleporting around the ring. That was really weird.
Yeah, it's one of my hidden talents, what can I say?